Okay, well then, welcome. Um, it's beautiful to be with you, lovely beings on a Monday. I apologize ahead of time. I have a little, a little frog in my throat. So if I'm clearing my throat at times, I find it a little jarring, but I may mute out at times, just to save you your ears in the recording. So I wanted to share with you. And yes, namaste, namaste. Mwah. Love to you. Hope you've had a week where that love has shined a light into your corners, given you some peace, inspired you towards loving yourself more, and nurtured you in a way that love could do nothing more than spill over to someone else, right? So I was taking a little bit of time for myself and was up on this beautiful road that we call Mountain Drive in Santa Barbara. And I was really contemplating what happens to us. There's an adherence, consciously, unconsciously, through desire, just to make it all work here. Let's not even talk about survival. Let's just making it all work with all the people. And whatever other beautiful beings we have in our lives in the way of four-leggeds, etc. So we're trying to make it all work. So we get caught up in the regalia of density reality. It's quite something how we get really pulled out of ourself and selves and into the must do. So I was contemplating a little Aknar, Kenjakaima, intentionality. And I came up with disengaging from the grid. And then I went, no, disengaging from the paradigm. Aknar, Kenjakaima, disengage from the paradigm. So I stayed with that for a while. I thought that was really something. And I could feel that certain aspects of my body were particularly engaged, shall we say. And one of them is the adrenals. The adrenals is like managing the stress of it all, right? The what to do's and the who to sees and the who to please, right? So I just went into observation about that. And that was kind of a really good thing to do, being up there, go into observation and just note how it's affecting my body. Because every entanglement that we have with density reality does involve some aspect of our physical vehicle, be it the eyes, the O's, the nose, the throat, the five senses, the sixth sense even gets called in, but also our physical body, also our organs, our nervous system, our muscles. There's an engagement we have here, and rightfully so. The real interesting part is the part about desire. And the other part about desire is attachment. And I've heard these things spoken about for so long and kind of would go, sure, right. You try. You come over here and do this life. Try not to be attached. And it is something that we can observe and watch in ourselves. Like, huh, that was really interesting. I really wanted that person to say that. And I could tell I really wanted them to say that. And so that creates a vibration in the body. And that vibration pulls energy from us. It actually uses up. It's like turning on the gas pilot on your stove and walking away. And there's no pot on there. It's just right. So, okay. So then, okay, we engage with that beautiful little mantra. You could say disentangling from the paradigm, and then just kind of shrug your shoulders lightly, like, ooh, what's that going to be like? But at some point, you might feel a little shift, like something clicks, like, okay, one tendril disattached. Okay. Now, here's the deal. Here's the deal. When you disengage from a pattern, when you encounter something that makes you really emotional and you cry a lot, or you get angry, or you just go to your room and shake, okay? That's an expenditure of energy that's taking energy, right? When we hold, like, I noted that I was feeling very tired for part of this week, and I was like, oh, what's going on? I could feel, yeah, feel my adrenals. And I'm writing, and I'm writing this story. Now I'm at the part where I lose 3 animals in 2 months, and 2 of them in 3 days. And I was gonna get going on it, and I wasn't. Well, the act of telling that story is going to bring up those emotions. So every day I didn't really sit down and engage with what I needed to do, and then have the emotion be able to have a pathway out. Because the emotion, held in emotions really use up a lot of our energies because we're having to hold them down. We're having to hold them down. It's like something's trying to push up from the surface. No, I can't do that right now. I got things to do. I got people to see. So, and even this thing of, there's a little thing that, I didn't get sick or anything, but just a little something in my lungs and my bronchioles or whatever. And that's sadness. That's deep grief. That's deep grief. So finally, I felt very, kind of quite odd. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. And I, laid down for a while and everything. And finally I went, no, just get up and go write. Well, the minute 4 paragraphs in, I was bawling my eyes out. And the grief, oh my gosh, and I'm writing about Sybil and the healer and all her beautiful little miracles, her amazing, amazing self. And guess what? I didn't feel as tired afterwards. Okay. Now, here's part 3. Part 3, and this is the juicy part. When you disengage, when you open the valve to let the emotions, the trauma, the judgments, all of that out, you go like, hey, something's pulling on my energy. You recognize it. You recognize it. And you do it. What happens is that there's a hole. There's kind of a hole there. This is the exact perfect time to insert something very powerful as an I am. Now, you could have your favorite I am just be I am love. But here's another little formula. And this goes along with our intentionality to disengage from this paradigm of desire and greed and not enough and must have and she's too much and he's a this, and keeps us all in this swarmy swamp. We look out in the world and we want to be a purpose, and we get bogged down. Okay, so I came up with a 3, maybe 4-point I am series. If you have a pen right there, write this down. Okay, first one, I am alive. I am alive. And you look around the room or wherever you are, and you go, yeah, there's things here. I'm using my 5 senses right now to understand that I am alive. Second part is I am aware. I am aware. And that turns the dial just a titch. Turns the dial, like from being alive to being, oh, I'm aware. It gives it, there's almost a life force amplification that moves out through the body. I am aware. Whoa. Now, if that seems a little too strong a jump, you can backtrack to 1A, which would be I'm alert. So if you're doing something, you're driving, whatever, I'm alive, I'm alert, I'm aware. Because aware takes us inward as well as giving us a cognizance of surroundings. So those 3 could be enough. But you can take the next jump. And the next jump is I am realized. So that's intention manifest. That's intention manifested. I am realized. Actually, I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna give you 4 A's. I'm gonna give you alive. I'm gonna give you alert as maybe a middle ground. I'm gonna give you aware, and then I'm gonna give you awake. The 4 A's. I'm awake. I'm awake. Now, if you're feeling very courageous, if you're feeling very courageous, you can get very quiet and go deep in. You go, I am realized, because you are somewhere, somehow realized. The trick is to be realized in density. In the world, not of it. That's the trick. It's a trick to be aware. But it's a very, very big blessing to the planet for you to be awake. And using that as a declarative. See, there's affirmations and there's declaratives. Affirmation has a forward intention. I'm manifesting beautiful weather today. I am praying for peace on earth. Well, we look out in the world, we see those things aren't happening right now, and therefore we're intending them. So I am intending is an affirmation about something that you hope to be. I, capital A, capital M, is different. You have to choose those words that follow that very carefully. Because you don't want to make a negative observation about yourself saying, I am. You just don't. You can say, I'm noticing I don't feel as well as I'd like to today. I'm noticing that I need to eat better. The I am, I capital A, capital M, needs to be followed by one of those sacred manifestation intentions. So as you say, I am alive, I am aware, I am awake, you are calling in those vibratory frequencies into your field as the I am, and the I am is the oneness. Okay, one moment, please. Attend to something. Excuse me. Okay, do you blame the babies for wanting to come in and be with us? They're like, we're alert, we're aware, here we are. I mean, as soon as I started saying that, they both wanted in. I find that kind of humorous. Okay, so now we're going to do this together, beautiful beings. We're going to do it together. Because in doing this together, we magnify it 100-fold. Magnified 100-fold. This is also good to do with another person, and that other person is yourself. You look in the mirror, go in the mirror and say, look, and you go. And you nod your head, and your reflection nods back to you. Go. There. Look yourself in the eye to eye. You nod your head. Because that's God coming through in that moment. And then you say, I am. Resonate that. I'm awake. And there's some pauses in there as you look into your beautiful eyes. And the pauses are transmissions. Pauses are transmissions of the oneness to the oneness through the visage and illusion of manifestation reality here called your vehicle, with eyes and nose and mouth, etc., etc. slightly nod. Because the nodding, people, I watch people and they say things and then they shake their heads. And I'm like, you just said no to what you just said. Nodding tells the brain, uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're going to go on a journey here. And it's going to be a very simple journey as I just laid out. And so if you would mind is close your eyes. Find our field, beautiful crystalline field that we are so privileged to get to hang out in. And move into love, love, love. Because that's the easiest expression the oneness has to offer us. It's love. And then noting body vehicle, in chair, register. I am alive. And in a sense, this is saying I am life. It's life itself. I am alive. Then feel your skin, smell the air, listen to the sound of my voice using the senses. And now I am aware. And again, aware is a state of awareness. You are stating that you are awareness. It's easier to say. And you can repeat that many, many times, letting it sink into that which you perceive as yourself. I. that awareness shine through your eyes, even though they be closed. Let it shine through your eyes. And then shift your possibility to I am awake. I'm awake. I'm awake says, I know I'm here. I know I'm in this world. And I know I'm here for a specific possibility, a specific purpose. Feel what that does to your field. Changes it up a bit. It fills in some of the crevices, the unconscious crevices. And because I'm awake, more and more, I am able to realize that I am love, love. I am a pod of love moving about this planetary reality. A pod of love, a love pod. Love, love, love. I get it. I know it. I'm doing it. Yes, I love myself. Yes, I'm absolutely connected to the possibility. Manifesting the divine through me as love. And I love the divine. Mm-hmm. And yes, I am moving in the world, committed, committed, committed to being love. Even if it's just at a stop sign. You go first. Love, love. And from our point here, and we link with all of those beautiful beings who would be joining us this morning and could not, we link with them. Now we're going to send some love, love, love over to our beloved islands, the Hawaiian Islands. And one of our members is over there, Red Cross, helping. In the wake of that tragedy, that each of those beings so deeply and severely affected, their lives in many cases shattered, business and home, that what they find is community, what they find is an outreach and outpouring of love and assistance and help and rebuilding. And over time, as you accept this new reprogramming to replace that which you have released as one or two or three levels of attachment and desire and entanglement in the paradigm of density control, playing out with polarity, you're going to find that you're going to experience signs that your presence, your awakened presence, is making a difference or has made a difference. You will be gifted something from spirit. It could be a penny on the ground. It could be a feather from the sky. It could be someone calling up and saying, I love you. We never give endlessly. It's a circle. Know that we are and that we love ourselves. So that's why that's the first one. Because in order to be a resource for awakened presence that loves, we have to love the awakened presence. We just do. It's the rule. And so let's now allow the awakened presence of the one eternally awake to bring that through our field, our central channel, our 5D energy body, our organs, our cells. Bringing it through, allowing it through, and flowing. Flowing some miracle frequency across our Pacific Ocean. That little miracles pop and happen in all parts of that community. That miracle to be your connection to the divine. Specifically, I'm seeing the need for all of those beings to find shelter and food, specifically. Also, that all those that are there to, excuse me, to volunteer and to provide service are guided in exactly what's right for them, for the community. This is a very pointed intentionality that we offer today, and we fuel it with our heart, our mind, and our soul in this awakened presence that flows through us, as our alignment to the one. But love, love, love. Mm. And this is something as you move through your world with a point of observation and you notice entanglement and then your intention to disattach, to detach and disentangle. Take a moment to say your affirmation. Alive, aware, awake, sending love across the planet to those in need. And we will have other focuses. This is just one for today. But we can continue to intend rebuilding, deepening of community, and a focus on being there and helping one another the best way possible. Beautiful beings. We're so blessed. We must never take it for granted. Give thanks, be in gratitude for all that you are, all that you have, and all that you will manifest. And let us join together always in the field to be present for the awakening of the entire planet. And namaste.